sorry.
Live TV?
Whoa. This is live TV. I was reading my cards, but my cards were wrong, so here we go.
Dancing with the Stars fans everywhere were shocked earlier this week when there was a big error during this week's elimination. Many blamed host Tyra Banks for the mistake, and we are here to talk what really happened. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. Before we get into this Dancing with the Stars mishap this week, if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos from us. As always, I'm your host, Tyler Joseph Ellis, and I have been following this season of Dancing with the Stars very closely with my co-host Fiona Zering right here on Shared News. And we discussed this error earlier this week in our recap, but this has really exploded into a social media storm, so we're here to get right into it. In case you missed it, Tyra declared Netflix's cheer coach Monica Aldama with her partner safe from elimination when it came time for elimination last episode.
Please have Monica come back. There's been an error in our control room, but we're making it happen. This is live TV, right? This is the craziness of live TV.
Only to call them back when Tyra was told that the pair was actually in the bottom two. There was some mistake somewhere.
I'm so sorry.
Live TV?
Whoa. This is live TV. I was reading my cards, but my cards were wrong, so here we go.
Monica was not eliminated, and Heche was, so it turned out to be okay because Heche was in the bottom two correctly, just that scare with Monica, but fans were still upset. But after the and it seemed fine to me. We were watching it. It was very stressful. But ultimately, after the incident, Tyra tweeted, "Wowzers, live TV, wrong name on cards. So challenging to deal with moments like these, but we power through." Val, who's Monica's dance partner on Dancing with the Stars, the pro dancer, he tweeted, "Just got Steve Harvey'd, hashtag Dancing with the Stars." This is, of course, in reference to the 2015 Miss Universe.
Miss Universe 2015 is Colombia. I have to apologize. The first runner-up is Colombia. Miss Universe 2015 is Philippines.
I think that the stakes were a little bit higher on that, but you know, who am I to judge? Ultimately, I thought this was all just sort of a dramatic live TV moment. We see them sort of all the time, and I kind of live for things like this. That's why I love live television, because who knows what can happen, you know? So I didn't think much of it, but many did not share that opinion. A lot of people were really upset. Tom Bergeron has hosted the ABC show since the beginning. But this season, in this show's 29th season, it's the first year with his replacement, Tyra Banks. So this mishap, along with people's very strong opinions of Tyra as a host and her outfits this season, people seem to be really upset about on Twitter. This all sort of fueled this big anti-Tyra just hate fire on Twitter. So some of the audiences took to Twitter and went so far as to demand that Banks should be fired for this mistake. One tweet reads, "You know who wouldn't blame the control room? Hashtag Dancing with the Stars," which includes a photo of the old host, Tom Bergeron. Another very harsh tweet reads, "Maybe if Tyra didn't talk so much, she wouldn't have to rush the elimination." And then attached is, of course, a Mean Girls meme. So brutal. People, and they do not end there. I mean, you can check out the tweets for yourself on Twitter, but it's pretty brutal. I mean, people were upset. People miss Tom and his co-host Aaron from the last several years. I mean, people watch this show and are huge fans of the show, and this change seemed to irk a lot of people. So this didn't come at a great time for Tyra, to say the least. Tyra, of course, blamed it. It was a control room issue, but some fans didn't really like that she was blaming it on the crew. They thought it was her fault and she was just being defensive. So just a huge mess. Needless to say, a huge mess. But the show's executive producer, Andrew Linares, and judge Bruno Tonioli are showing up to support Tyra. I was curious where the Dancing with the Stars team sort of felt about this issue, so I'm glad they're speaking up on her behalf. In an interview with ET, Andrew claims, quote, "I think Tyra dealt with it amazingly. I just want to be really clear, this was not Tyra's fault. It was was a behind-the-scenes issue. Bruno told ET, quote, "It's live television. Things like this happen, especially with information coming in from all over the country, voting and calculating in such a small amount of time. Tyra was brilliant. She was really good because she took control of the situation." He went on to defend Tyra against the hate and consistent comparison to the former host, Tom Bergeron, happening on Twitter right now, saying, quote, "Oh, please, Tyra did a fantastic job. She is doing it the way she wants to do it. It's a bit tiring, all the negativity and not even giving people a chance. Just let her be who she is. It's great to work with her." And of course, as for the issue itself, I mean, people are really angry at Tyra, sure. But I mean, this issue, I mean, hopefully this is the first time in 29 seasons that something like this has ever happened. So it was super stressful. And fans are also just upset that this happened. So as for the actual voting calculation error, fans, of course, are wondering if this could happen again this season, because it happened once. Will it happen again? But executive producer Andrew told ET that, quote, "We're figuring all that out. We've never had an issue like this before, and we're very confident we won't have an issue like this again, but we are definitely going to take measures to make sure we're in a really rock solid place around this moving forward." So clearly this incident was just awful timing for Tyra because of all the existing dissatisfaction with her as a host. But personally, if I am to give my 2 cents on the situation, I think it is so unfair to come after her like this. I just feel so bad for her. I just think people need to give her at least a season to figure out how to navigate, I mean, this long-running machine that is Dancing with the Stars. I mean, it has been going on for so long. It wasn't Tyra coming in being like, "I want to be host," and then everyone stepped aside. It was ABC's decision to replace Tom and Aaron. So I think Tyra is just trying her best, and I personally think she's very qualified. Fiona and I were just talking about this on our recap episode, that she's dealt with many eliminations before on America's Next Top Model, and I'm sure not all went very smoothly.
I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
I think if someone were to deal with a situation like this, Tyra is not a bad person to be the kind of face of the show right now when an issue like this happens. So I am keeping my fingers crossed that no other curveballs like this happen, because ultimately people are just going to try to blame Tyra. But as always, I want to know your thoughts. What did you think of this mishap? Do you like Tyra as a host? Like, what do you think of this whole situation? Do you think it's unfair? Do you think it's warranted? Please do let us know down in the comments, because we do want to know. And before you go, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell so you do not miss any future videos from us. You can, of course, find me on social media, on Instagram and Twitter at TylerJoe33, and on TikTok at TylerJosephEllis. But that's it for now. Everyone, hope you are staying safe, and I hope you have a great day. And until next time.